Welcome to the Isofarian Guard. Let's talk about option of reverse engineering. The main point is that it's a matter of philosophy. Sky Kingdom Games doesn't want any hints, and I find it detracting to the fun in the game to have to wander around node after node and not knowing where to look for loot. So to formulate the issue is what we want is to generate a loot index, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I just going to point out the general outline of how you can do this. So given a loot to farm, say you want in chapter 2 and on to harvest some pine or some feathers or some rough leather in a chapter. So given a loot to farm in a chapter, give me a list of nodes, preferably nearest to a city, so I don't need to have it spoiled by this monster is what you need to fight, but at least give me a node, so I can farm that node, and eventually will find the thing that I want. So that way I can gain that loot the fastest by fast traveling to the city for 1 purple. That's as I discussed in the previous video. I'm going to use the fast travel mod. That means that you can, after visiting a city, you can teleport from any part of the map to an orange node surrounding that city. Just like in video games, but it costs 1 purple, and that is the purple cubes that you use for the field defense. So that way you can you have a trading decision. So do you want to fast travel at the cost of not drawing a field event in the near future, which I think is a great trade-off decision. It gives more agency. So fast travel to the city, then walk to the node, and then draw until lucky. So find the correct monster or alternate to adjacent node, or fast travel to the city, because you cannot stay in the same node as per the game rules to repeat and count drawing an exploration chip, but you have to go to another node and then go back. As for ships, the ship thematic is that if you are doing this on a ship, for example, then you can alternate from ship to land tile to ship. It's thematically a bit weird, but you can explain it away by saying that your 20 or so helpers travel with you and they take care of the ship. That way it also doesn't come up as an item in your backpack. Ship is something that is invisible and free. But you can do this regardless of land travel or ship travel or any other kind of travel. So an extra bonus for this exercise would be to note the rewards from quests. So instead of travel, to gain it by doing the quest. That means that some quests, bounty quests, side quests, and caravan quests, they give you sometimes exactly what you were wanting to harvest. Bounty quests, by the way, are for any pair but tied per chapter. So that means that the bounty quests in the inn, you can do any one as long as you are in the chapter. So yeah, and the side quests are for any chapter but pair specific. And named locations, you can abbreviate by frozen waste, FW, ice caves, IC, Yushital, span U1, and Europe span U2. Now, to start the reverse engineering, now that we know what we are want to achieve, so we have the index book, and per chapter, so not per star, but per chapter, you have the star enemies per skull. So and this is open information. Whenever you play this game, you'll have the cards to sleeve, and you will see these enemies in their card form, and this is just the index of it. So so you have this, for example, the Timberwolf in node 1. The index book also has the bounty quests. We have the quest book. It's a different book per pair, all the chapters, all the loot. So that's how to start. And then step 1 is per star enemy combo list its loot. That means that you flip through the cards in both the boxes. So this box, assuming that you have sorted these out, you can do this in alphabetical order, and only for the enemies that are listed in chapter 1, you put them here. For enemies that appear in chapter 2 onwards, you put them away. Or what you can also do is to put, because you have 1 star, 2 star, 4 star, 3 star, all star things, and what you want is to grab correctly fast the correct star mode that you are in. So you don't want the 2 star, 3 star, 4 star right now if you are in chapter 1, and if you are in chapter 2, you have no business with chapter 1 cards, the 1 star cards. So put them into the other box. That way you cannot make mistakes, and you don't have to pay attention while drawing to set up the enemy boards. But in reverse engineering, we're doing this the reverse way, and we look, for example, for the waste prowler, lots of AI stuff, and then here you have the waste prowler. So for a 2 star waste prowler, it gives a claw. So you make a list of all the enemies, and for 1 star, you say a minus because it doesn't have a 1 star waste prowler. For 2 star, you write claw. And actually, what you're reversing that, you say claw is waste prowler chapter 2 star, and so on for all the other things. So Timberwolf, you write an entry called bone fragments, and then you say 2 star Timberwolf. The next part is what you want to do is then the Timberwolf, where does it appear? And a waste prowler. So you have to go, so for waste prowler in mind, you go through all the list, and you know that it's a 2 star, so that goes a little bit faster. And where is the bloody waste prowler? So there are waste prowler, 1 star, 2 star, stone hunter. Well, these are chapter 2, so these are skipped for now. 3, 4. And we also check for frozen waste, for waste prowler. Yeah, here's the waste prowler. So what was it already? Bone fragments or something? Claw. Yeah, so you have claw, and then next to claw, if you want a claw, then you can write the entry for, in this case, FWSD. That way, while playing the game, you have a giant list of all ingredients and the nodes where to find them, where to harvest them. I did this. It was quite an annoying exercise, but I did this for all the chapters, which gave me the following list. And it's not really spoiler because nobody would be insane enough to do this, but I'm just showing that you could do it. So what we have is the index book, per star enemy combo. You list its loot, and then you extract the loot, and you sort the loot in alphabetical order. So you have because your entry is loot. So you want to optimize the list for loot, and the best way to find it is via alphabetical. Make a separate file for 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 4 star things, of course. But for now, it's easier to do this in a single list, a master list. So you have adamants. It is in chapter 2 onwards. I get ore, each drink. It needs buffs, but you can do this in chapter 4. So animal hides would be the first entry. You can buy it at Vuno. For any chapter. In chapter 2 you can harvest or farm, to say better, at nodes 5, 10, 12, 13 frozen weights. RG, that is, I don't remember what the RG was. Let me see.